I started coming because my parents had been coming to this church, and so I was baptized in 1963, to give you an idea of how long. So I was born a Presbyterian, and in fact, my grandparents on each side were coming to First Presbyterian Church.
I was, my parents were both members. In fact, my mom, being a kindergarten teacher, taught the kindergarten age kids in the Sunday school. She actually used the room that is currently being used by the Gospel Center. That room was one room, and that was all the 4- and 5-year-olds, and I don't remember how many kids she had. Right. But like I said, it was a large amount, because it was about 1,000 kids in the Sunday school total.
I could think of really two. One was, I was a part of the children's choir at the time, and we were downstairs rehearsing, and they had us running around with these liturgical rainbow pieces of cloth, and I remember I got a little carried away, so they put me in a timeout. And the choir guy, his name at the time was Phil Jenkins, they put me in a timeout, and I felt really bad about that because I got in trouble. And another great memory is my brother and I were standing next to my mom, and my father was either at home or in the choir, I can't remember, and it was the Christmas Eve service, and we were singing Joy to the World, and I really I had such a feeling of joy being there with my family.
The other thing I remember is going back, I think it was, I don't remember the exact year, there was a Tenebrae service, okay? And this is the old type of Tenebrae where you shut the lights off in the old chancel. And I think we had a thunderstorm. And I think it was the end of this, they did the last words of Christ when they got to the last word, a bolt of thunder like you have never heard. Yeah. Just perfect time. Mm-hmm. Diversity. You know, we had a diverse congregation in the past. We've had it currently. We hope we have it in the future. Diversity.
I guess I'd have to say love.
My sister and Skip Hansen, because they were the preschool teachers, and I came to Grant Avenue when it was 3 years old. Basically, there's many memories. It was very family. It was a smaller church and everybody was close. I remember we had a children's choir, and I remember I found it awesome at Christmas with the decorations and all the service and this was as a child. Then I have a basic memory that stuck with me for all my life is my baptism at 14 at Grand Avenue and my church membership. Very family-oriented and closeness.
It was a merger of the best of both of them. United, First Pres was a little bit stuffy, okay? Grand Avenue was not so stuffy. It was a family-oriented church, and I think the combination of the two of them, I think, was a perfect merger of the two. Yeah. But it worked. It definitely worked.
the actual initial reception I received from the members.
Was raised in the Presbyterian church, and when I moved to the United States, I went searching for a church, and I decided to come here one Sunday. And the warmth, the greeting I received from Gene Scott, Skip Hansen, and a few other members really drew me in.
Well, we had moved recently from Queens, New York, and we were Presbyterians there, so we had looked at a Presbyterian church. We attended Bethel, but we weren't that excited because our son, who's going to be 38, was a year old, and we haven't had a baby in church in years. Plus, I guess I wanted a different experience, so we continued to look, and my husband came here. He got excited about the choir, and I wasn't that excited, but he brought me kicking and screaming, and I immediately started teaching Sunday school, middle school, and got really engaged in the evangelism.
We originally joined United back in 1980. Sally started attending first, and the original attraction was the interim pastor at the time, Bob Seaman, who I had known from a prior church in East Brunswick. We attended as adults, but all three of our children's faith foundation was formed in various ways through United's ministries, from the primary class led by Lucy Brown and Shirley Peelin to the rite of passage in the Tower class led by Walter Brown and Wanda Breitenbach.
I'm working with Reverend Talcott. He was one of the ministers who I could always go to ask questions. And it wasn't just questions about religion or about God. If it's world history, we could always go to him, and he was one of the men who I really looked up to and really respected.
The Stations of the Cross is a very special event to me, and I remember the first time that I attended one, I was just so excited about the costumes and this one particular scene that was Doug Grote played Pontius Pilate, and just how to bring those last week really ignited me. There were others, but that's definitely a theme that I tried to carry forward.
Our greatest memories include various family milestones celebrated at United, our own wedding in the chapel, Drew's baptism during worship under Ted Miller's leadership, and also my mother's memorial service, which was also held in the chapel.
This church has really strengthened my faith, and especially the messages, which gives me strength for the entire week. As the name implies, united.
Beautiful.
Awe-inspiring.
I guess I'd have to say love.
I would say diversity on several levels. It's not just about the different people, but the different ideas.
The one word that sums up our experience at United, it has to do with family. An extended, warm, loving group of people who truly care about each other, of various backgrounds and faith experiences, but always willing to love and serve the Lord in the local community and to truly care and show compassion towards each other.
Continue to be the presence of God in each and everyone's life that enter into the door. And my prayer and my hope for this congregation is that we would extend more outgoing to the youth and their families.
Well, I envision United with all our pews full, with a lot of children, young people,
Amen.
You know, because unfortunately in the world today, God seems to be on the back burner, you know, and I sincerely hope too that United will become a beacon, you know, a light too.
And I see us being super involved with the community, because now we've been doing a lot over the years of reaching out, but I just think we'll be even more super involved with reaching out to people.
Well, I see the diversity growing even more, and it's not so much with the nationalities, but diversity and providing a platform for young people, young adults, young families to come and develop and create and make something to call their own or participate in to help others and outreach to the community.
Going forward, I believe United needs to continually shine the light of love and hope to a world and a local community that so dearly needs love and hope to meet the challenges that are faced on a daily basis.
I hope and pray that the special uniqueness of our congregation and our diversity and our love and caring for one another, other people will join and be able to spread this. I feel that between God and Jesus Christ, they want us all to be one.
Hopefully growth. I think that's the biggest thing. I think, you know, we're a small congregation now. I think we're under 100 people. I think we need the growth. I'm hoping we will get the growth because we need it. And like I said, but I think, regardless of what size we are, I think we'll be around for a